So my name is Andrzej Noyszewski, and I'm a Fargo resident for about 12 years right now. It's a Fargo Park Board Commissioner. So my perspective is from the daily park user. I and my wife like to go for our long walks almost daily. I like to run multiple times a week. I also bike, especially I like to bike along the Red River where you have those mountain bike trails. And in the winter, I also do a lot of cross-country skiing. So really my perspective and the reason why I'm running for Fargo Park Board is really everyday user of our Fargo parks. So as far as personal experiences, like I said, that everyday use of parks, and also over the years of using our parks, I actually have conversations with other Fargo Park guests, and those conversations many times focus on Fargo maintenance or long-term planning or stewardship issues, and also on issues of interconnectivity between different areas or different parks in Fargo. So as far as the community experiences, for many years, I was actually involved in various types of community work, mostly related to my church family. I teach religious education for our teenagers. Many years ago, I was taking part in cooking meals at the Dorothy Day House in the Moorhead side. Then recently, I would say for the last 4 or 5 years, I'm involved in our Cass County Jail ministry. I'm involved in visiting our inmates and trying to, show them that they are loved and needed, and there's a way to actually get them out of that place. So in a way, I think I actually like to lead various type of group discussions. Yes, it'd be nice to have more guests in the parks, but those parks have to be, like I said, presentable and appealing to the guests and type of thing. So then the more people will come and enjoy them. So, so I would say those 3 priorities in a sense. Yeah. And as far as, one thing about connectivity, because I don't think I mentioned about that, one of the first mode of transportations for me when I came to the United States was bicycle for a couple of years. And I experienced the sort of, the beauty of the bicycle, taking bike rides all over the place, but at the same time, it feels that those parks or trails are disconnected from each other. In a sense, you are taking some trail, and then it's like, where am I supposed to go now? And I would say it'd be nice to have turn right, and then 2 blocks later, there's actually a trail you can enjoy and continue your ride type of thing, So, and the same biking or running. If you want to run more than a few miles, you want to start joining those parks. And so that's the thing. Sometimes you are literally standing next to that path, a couple of blocks there, but you wouldn't know necessarily that's there. So that connectivity, to create those, maps of trails, or the same like I'm close by where I live. I have to cross 2-lane street between one path to another, and there's no sidewalk, no connection at all. So you just have to kind of try to get through. So simple things like that, I think so makes those trails more appealing again to the people and encourage them to get out and enjoy the fresh air. I think it's development of those indoor spaces in a way. I personally don't necessarily think that mission of Fargo parks should be a sports centers. I'm not saying they are not necessary, but I think so at this point, we have a multiple of those in Fargo area. And as much as they are important, like I said, for indoor sports, especially when the weather is bad or various events, they can actually bring people together as far as ice skating or, different type of, like I said, indoor sports. Those are not necessarily my opinion as a sort of like a mission of Fargo parks. I came from Poland, and parks are about green spaces. And here it's sort of Fargo Parks, recreation / sports and something else. And I think so maybe we should sort of like don't expand too much outside and keep the parks as an essential part of the mission of the Fargo Parks. And I do understand that those recreation areas in the parks are important, but developing more into that space, again, I'm not sure that not necessarily is or it should be a mission of parks. So, and I also know that Fargo Parks start expanding in a sense into areas that I think that almost like charity organization could take over. And but either way, those are sort of like I would say details and different aspects of the work there. But again, I think that the key challenge in a sense for next 5 years and ahead is to basically keep mission of the Fargo Parks as a parks.